No, the netbook I had,
What happened last night?
Am I correct? Yes. Among other things, just the general situation with that.
It's not supposed to be security. It's not supposed to be security. You have to be called in. Because medics wanted our help.
Hey, you talking about the same thing?
Because medics wanted our help.
Are you talking about the 3 a.m. thing, right? Is that the same thing as that?
There's a couple things. Alright. Just checking. Yeah, exactly. I'll just bring that up so people know.
What we need is an actual security force. It's an actual security force. Who is able and willing to address the conflict. Address it last night. Also, we need a more comprehensive plan. To handle people who have addictions. I was not okay last night. With evicting sick people. I know we had to do it. I know we had to do it. I know it was necessary. I know it was necessary. And I don't think this is how to think about that or talk about that. But I think for next GA or for tomorrow's GA, we should have something.
Safety here and the safety and security in Wall Street don't operate the same. Like the security in Wall Street is like straight up internal police. Like they'll guard the media tents. Like there's always 1 or 2 of them there. They're always patrolling. They wear armbands during marches to keep everyone on the sidewalk. They're involved in the security of the encampment. It's not exactly how I see the safety in Boston working as I see the security working in New York, and I think they're doing it a little better there. Of course, they're going to have way more people passing through every day, but we are running into problems that safety is not able to handle on their own.
That ain't true.
Yeah, let him see. Let him
That ain't
speak.
true.
Hop in the middle. Hop in
We
this
should have been invited. One of us should have been invited here.
Morning GA.
I didn't know about it until right now.
It's morning GA.
Yeah, but you know.
Hey, who's up next?
When I've seen them dealing with issues, they're pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if they are not around.
If they're not around and getting drunk.
He's like the only good one too.
Yeah.
He's the only good
There are,
one.
of course, a couple good ones.
It's like the other one's just like, we're just gonna leave it.
Or more. No. Yeah. It's good.
The original was cheer is akin to courage. You got to have some spirit. And people have to know that you're doing something and we're having some fun here, that we like each other. So just be cheerful.
Yay!
It's courageous. You know, like, hey, how are you? I like you. Come on over. The second thing was, I'm sorry to hear that there were violent incidents. I certainly wouldn't like it if anybody told me I had to go and try to push me around. My back would go up immediately. I'm real good at dealing with people that are being aggressive in a bad way. And there's a couple of secrets to that too. The first one is stay calm and don't get into an ego match with someone and offer them a way out. Like, come on, dude, we don't need to do this. Let's, you know, please don't turn into a pissing contest, because that person could maybe have a point. And the other thing is, if it really comes down to that and anybody does need help, I know how to do things like that. I will certainly protect anybody else's child. glad to. But I don't think we really need that violence. We're all so smart here. We all know how to deal with people. So there really should be no need for that. And if there is any need for that, 2 or 3 people, you know, guess what? They'll like punch off that shit. But it should never turn into a pissing contest or an ego match. That's not solving the issue. And I just want to reiterate, as far as bringing people in here, just be cheerful and show me that we're doing something.
See that everywhere. What's the 99% represent?
Basically, the American people no longer have any representation. The giant corporations and the bankers have basically completely bought Congress. So we have no representation. The majority of the American people wanted to get out of Iran and out of Iraq and out of Afghanistan. Not only did we not get out, we got 3 or 4 extra wars we don't know anything about that have been foisted upon us. We spend an insane amount of money on a military we don't need. No one wants the gigantic military we have, yet we have it.
What's the 99% represent, though? I mean, is the 1% that doesn't own the government?
They represent the people that are not represented.
Okay,
we're not represented at all in anything we want to do.
Does Occupy Boston or the Occupy movement represent the 99%? Do you speak for the 99%?
I speak for myself.
Okay.
I'm here because I think there has to be change, and I think our government does not represent the people, and that has to change radically, and it will change radically. It has to, because the powers that be, they're not going to control everything. You can have 90% of the population not want to do TARP, and all of a sudden the government says, we don't care what you think, the people. We're going to back the bankers and give them trillions of dollars, and guess what? The innocent people, the middle class and the poor, guess what? They're going to pay in taxes for your crimes. That's part of the problem. Those kind of things.
Something such as TARP that was voted in by a government that was voted by most of the people here.
There's no jobs. They're all being sent to China. They're being sent to other countries.
Do you think?
Why? Do you think people want that in this country? Of course they don't.
Do you think, as a result of labor union negotiations, that the labor markets actually, labor's, how can I say, they price themselves out of the labor market with the unions?
No, the United States can't compete with a bowl of rice in China.
If you own a business, could you blame somebody for sending jobs to China if they can have it
If you want the protection of the United States laws and the United States Army and the United States government, then you keep those jobs here and you don't send them to China.
Yeah, but
you want to send
you're
your
in
jobs
business,
to China? Take your corporation and leave and see if the Chinese will protect your interests.
If you're in business, sir, if you own a business,
I have owned several.
Okay, what was the purpose of your business? Was it to
create
jobs? To make money.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
What was the business for?
That's it. To make money, not to create jobs, not to.
But I'm a human being too.
That's
I
right.
also
You
very
took care of
charitable.
yourself.
I took care of a million people.
You took care of yourself. You owned business to make money.
Yes.
And that's all we can expect anybody to do. You can't expect everybody to be charitable. You're in business to make money, right?
Yes, but I don't.
So it's not greed to make money, is it? Is that greedy to want to make money?
No, it's not.
That's right.
It's
the American way.
Just make an insane amount of money.
No.
It's the growth model.
It's
not
the
growth model. You can't grow in a finite world. We've reached the point where you can no longer grow. There's limited resources. Things have to be shared more adequately.
I would like to have more money. I'm sure you would like to have more money than you have.
You know something? I don't need more money than I have. I'm fine. I'm well.
Then why are we protesting?
Because I want my children's futures in jeopardy. My children have no say. I have no say in my government. My government is controlled by money.
Do you want the government to provide money for your children, or do you want to provide money? You just said you're happy with the money you have.
Yes, but
your children's not. So why don't you make more money and give it to your children? That's the American way.
But these people are my people. I'm not alone. I'm not an isolated individual. I'm part of the human family. People are hurting. People don't have jobs. Take the money out of politics, and politicians will be forced to some extent to represent people's interests.
Do you actually think that's going to happen anytime?
Of course it's going to happen. Listen, I was there. I'm a little older than you are. I was there during Vietnam. Everybody thought, oh, we're not going to get out of that war.
And I will fight to death to protect that. You don't have the right to camp in a public park.
Well, you know something.
There is public campgrounds.
You know
You don't have the right to occupy a park. You don't have the right to have security forces to keep people out of that park.
Well, it'd be great. Throw us
You do
out.
not have the right to destroy public property. You don't have the right to tape stuff to a public building. I'm being objective here, but very, very familiar looking.
Go on then.
99%. What's that represent?
You know, I really can't answer that one because I don't really know too much about it yet. I just know not long ago. So I think what it is all about like everybody's trying to make a difference in the world. Like Congress is, you know, making their own laws and, you know, cutting programs that they shouldn't be doing. Because there are programs out there that need the help. And there are programs that shouldn't be supported, you know what I mean?
Do you think everybody should pay their fair share of taxes?
100%. 100%.
When the wealthy 1% pay 80% of the taxes, I think that's fair.
The wealthy paid what?
The wealthiest 1% pay the top 40% of taxes.
I think everybody should pay the same, no matter how rich you are or how poor you are.
Are you aware that the bottom 50% of wage earners pay no federal income tax at all?
No, I don't know.
Do you think that would be fair that 50% of Americans pay no income tax at all? Everybody else pays? Convert them?
Well, I know some states, you know, like say Florida, okay? They don't pay state taxes.
They don't have a state income tax, but federal income tax doesn't change state to state.
Right. I think, you know, taxes you got to pay, you have to pay. You know what?
The way is rough and steep, while beauty's fields lie just before me, where God redeems their vigils keep. I'm over Jordan, I'm going there to see when I come.
No.
We're a voice, we're not leadership, we're not a face only.
Why disguise yourself?
It's not a disguise, everybody around here knows. I'm the bottom of the 99%. I worked my ass off.
The last week, actually, it's grown.
Nights a week, and I can't afford a place to live. That's my retrospect. No offense, I'm not going to answer any more questions.
So you're homeless and sleeping here?
No, I'm not homeless, I'm just...
We're just interested in the whole operation here of generating electricity.
Yeah, that's the one. This is my first experience here. That's the one.
Oh, I see. So you're probably not the person to talk to, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Could you just tell me, is it just to charge cell phones and laptop batteries, or is it?
Well, they just told me in media that it will store whatever power you're charging.
Right. Is there a bank of batteries, or?
I don't know. This sign right here says only pedal of devices charging, so I don't know what's going on.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We're just interested in the whole operation here of generating electricity.
Yeah, that's the one. This is my first experience here. That's the one.
Oh, I see. So you're probably not the person to talk to, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Could you just tell me, is it just to charge cell phones and laptop batteries, or is it?
Well, they just told me in media that it will store whatever power you're charging.
Right. Is there a bank of batteries, or?
I don't know. This sign right here says only pedal of devices charging, so I don't know what's going on.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right.
No, but no, I'm saying, but the Boston police are pretty much, no, they've been really.
Yeah, they've been on it, right?
Yeah, they've been, and you know, they're like, you know, I'll do a lot of different, like, helping people out, and I walked by the cop yesterday, he's like, dude, no, he says, hey, bro, I'm like, what? He goes, if you need anything, let me know. Just because he's seen me, like, help people, and,
right, okay.
You know, and,
so it's not a security role at all. All right.
Not in any way.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Not in any way.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Jack, that one right there. We'll just cut to the chase. What would you like to see the end game of the occupation movement? What would you like to see that?
What I personally like to see?
Yeah.
I'd like
what
to
would
see,
the objective of the movement be?
No, see, that's a question I can't answer.
Okay.
Like, you know, if you want to,
excuse me? Public welfare is part
so
of the
what are we
city's.
talking about? We're talking about health or something?
Yeah, health and welfare.
All right. So, I am a strong man. I am 43 years old, you know, and I have the capacity, you know, to make this place a healthy place. I know exactly what to do.
Really?
City government come winter time, they don't want people sleeping outside.
The point of 99% is that the 1% wealthiest control every decision made in this country.
You know, the top 1% of earners pays 40% of all income taxes to federal.
Those control.
Grok tape.